Good morning. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. All right. So the weekly did sweep the sell side liquidity as price, now as you can see monthly flipped as well, but I am not going to look for sells today. If I get buys, I get buys because price extended to the downside so much already and so let's do analysis today. So obviously the weekly sell side liquidity is swept right here. Now this is a weekly sell side liquidity. Now we also have the liquidity down here. Now on the 4-hour time frame, you can see here is liquidity pool. We have liquidity here. Now we're sweeping the most recent liquidity sell side. So as you can see, this is the range I want to trade, because this is the that Asian session pushed to the downside, London sweep the low, closed below. Now the New York session keeps pushing down. So I will wait for this 4-hour candle to close, and then eventually I will see if I can trade this 4-hour candle range. So the range on the current 4-hour candle would be something like this. Well, we'll see. Because what I would love to see is that for price to close as it is, again, for price to come lower, and then eventually look for the potential buy opportunity to the upside, at least to the 50% of the current range and then opposing side of the range. So let's see if we can get any buys today, because for sells, I mean, price can continue pushing down to the downside as we still have some liquidity resting down below, but I don't want to trade, at the low of the day. Why is that candle is range? Which candle? This candle. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. candle. Oh, this candle, this is the Asian range. So I was thinking to look for buys, inside this candle, but as you can see that London session closed below, the next candle pushed to the downside, then the 5 a.m. candle. So Every candle is the range, my friend. Every single candle is the range. So this is the range, 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 this is the range. Every single candle is the range. The ones I want to trade is has to be, you know, at key level. Like it is at the key level right now. So every single candle is the range. 5 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, every single candle is the range. So if you see candle, this is the range. It doesn't matter what time frame, it weekly, monthly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, 30 minutes. Every candle is the range. I trade the range wherever a candle gives me because I can trade the Asian range or London range. It doesn't. It just depends in which session price creates the clean range at a key level. If so, for example, now the 5 a.m. candle most likely will create a cleaner range to trade it because you know Asia did the clean range, but as you can see, London pushed closed below and kept pushing to the downside. So now it becomes the 5 a.m. candle range. Because sometimes, you know, London and 5 a.m. New York can just close inside the Asian range, and then this candle can just sweep the, you know, either side of liquidity, and then potentially move to opposing side of the range. So, waiting for this 4 hour candle closure, and then we'll see if price can create some sort of a, you know, structure on the 5 minute, like it did yesterday. Obviously, like yesterday I was looking for buys. I was looking from this level for buys from this fair value gap, and you know, there was a range to the upside right here. So this price did create the range, price did sweep the sell side liquidity, and then eventually price went to the 50% of the range yesterday. Okay, so but I just you know, so the thing is that I didn't want for price to close below it, right? But the price did close below it, then closed back above, and as soon as price did close above the you know, this fair value gap, this was at 11 a.m. You could have looked for the entry and then aim for a 50% of the range with stop loss, you know, below the fair value gap or down below this lows. Now it just came in the, you know, at the session when I closed the stream. So let's see if I can get something today, most likely to the upside, because again price did extend it to the downside so much that I don't want to take a sell. Okay, yeah, three, yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're a sniper then, because you take at the lows and you take out, and you're very good. Well played. I did not take this trade because it's out of my session, and I follow my plan, and the discipline I follow is the most important thing for me. Even if I miss the trades, I don't care, because I don't see the buy side liquidity here. I see the buy side liquidity here, and I see the buy side liquidity here. So inside here I don't see the buy side liquidity. It was only the 50% of the range. No, you don't want to be like me, because you want to be you want to be like yourself, but you want to be just a better version of yourself every single day. You want to try something, to make you better every single day. So you don't want to compare yourself to others, because if you compare yourself to others, then you will most likely be depressed, because sometimes when you look around you, you just see the people making money, even though maybe the move you missed, they took it, and then you think that you did something wrong. But maybe there was no entry for you, because sometimes there is like setup, but there is no entry, and that's fine, because sometimes there is entry but there is no setup, right? So yeah, we do have some news today. We do have some news at 10 a.m. again. So let's see. Now for our candle closing shown, so I want for price to go lower, obviously, to sweep the sell side liquidity now again, because I think that price still has still sweep the sell side liquidity, and then we have the so much targets to the upside. So we have the buy side liquidity, we have a buy side liquidity, we have a buy side liquidity. So let's see if we can get something today. Today took buys at sell side liquidity, hoping price might pull back from there, and it's a trade based off assumptions. Uh, where did you take at sell side liquidity? At what point? Uh, can you give me the price? The first weekly, all right. So right here around these levels, well, if you look on the yeah, so basically you took the trade. Most likely you was aiming to trade this 4-hour candle to the 50% of it, but so what price did is, I don't know what time did you take the trade. This wasn't even London session, so the London session was around this time. So maybe if you took the trade from around this level, then yeah, just price just went down for the for the sell side liquidity down here on the weekly time frame. Yeah, so I wasn't looking at, I don't know what happened in London. So, but the London session started around here. So if you take the trade here, then you most likely would have to wait for price, at the kill zone, like 3 a.m. in the morning, Asian session, at the 329293 Asian session. Well, but at that you know, the thing is, you would have to wait for this candle close. Like, you can't take the trade before this candle closing, even though it sweeps the sell side liquidity, because at that time you will have the price creating the range for you to trade, and you need to wait for that range low to be hit, to be swept before you take any trades. So all right, so this looks good. The 4-hour candle pushing to the downside. Now we have a clean range to trade to the upside, to the 50% of it, and then opposing side of the range. It's only now becomes, you know, the problem with a, you know, with the entry, because so let's mark up the 9 a.m. open. So this is the 9 a.m. open. Now I would love to buy down below the 9 a.m. open. This would be the best what I wanted to do, and eventually if price gives me an entry from somewhere these levels, because you know the price can go even lower than that. Price can go even to this sell side liquidity, because on the weekly time frame we have the sell side, and on the monthly, you know, price is still flipping bearish. Now 4 hour, yeah, the 4 hour just extended so much that it just I don't want to take any sells. Okay, I will take buys from somewhere. Whenever price gives me an entry confirmation, I will take a buy opportunity to the upside. So what I'm waiting for something like, you know, maybe inversion fair value gap, maybe for the order block, or something in that nature, like fair value gap busy, like buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So I will have to wait for price to show me willingness to go up by creating me an entry confirmation. So with this sell side liquidity here, with this sell side liquidity here, you know, this is all low, this is a short-term low, and now um, let's see if we can get, because as you can see that the range high is like buy side liquidity, like equal highs. So this makes me believe that if price to go up, price would sweep this sell side liquidity to the upside. Even if you have this, you know, trade, this is like 2.8 hour trade. If price does close above this candle, that would be a model one or a order block. So no, nothing happened. Nothing happened yet, but we're waiting for price to most likely go to the upside for this buy side liquidity. Okay, so what I need for price to do is I need for price to close above this candle right here, which is a would became then the order block right here from this candle. So I would look for something like this if price can close above. So I would look for something like this if price can close above the high of the candle. Be right back in a minute. We'll make a coffee. Yep. Not. I'm not saying nothing. Alright, just waiting game begins. Yeah, most likely I will wait for 10 a.m. Or I want to see something from here like this, you know. Because right here we have a short-term high, so if we break that, then we can see if we have any bullish PD array inside here, and then eventually we can look for something to the upside. Okay. Or if price does just continues pushing to the downside, then I wait for something like this. Once price we'll see how price, if price will manage to break this short-term high. Still waiting for the price to set up for 10 a.m. in 20 minutes. So let's see, either we have some, some more, if price does sweep sell side liquidity once more, then with 10 a.m. we can look for buys. Now, if price does close above the short-term high, then at that point I may just take a trade from this level, stop loss down here, take profit up here at 50% of the range, then eventually targeting the opposing side of the range. Okay. Alright, so there is 2 minutes left until this 5-minute candle close. So if price does close above this short-term high, then eventually I will look for buys to the upside with the stop loss down here, and so I'll take buys if price does close above. Okay, so the stop loss would be here, take profit here, then here, but I have to wait for this candle or any candle. Or if price does go lower, then from here I can look again for buys. All right, so 5 seconds. If price does close above here, I'm taking the buys. Yep. So let price come lower. So I'm looking for the buy position from here, targeting the 50% of the range, then eventually targeting the opposing side of the range. All right, so let's see if price can touch the level right here. All right, so I am in the trade. So I am in the trade, targeting the opposite 50% of the range first as my TP1. And opposing side of the range is my TP2. So what price has done is price again sweep the sell side liquidity, the CRT low, touching the key level, sweeping the sell side from the higher time frame, from the daily. Now 5-minute time frame, what I was waiting for is waiting for this short-term high to be closed above, or price did close above it, and then price did touch the high and then eventually push to the upside. Now you can you can take this as a order block, these two candles on the 5-minute time frame right here. This can be your order block, because whenever there is a two candles, you take as an order block. So yep, OB top. Again, the 5 a.m. news soon. 4-hour candle closing, not closing, but I mean, it looks good. The 1-hour candle looks good as well. So this is a good, this is an amazing trade. All right, so price is looking good. Price is looking good, pushing to the upside. How did you miss it? Because this was what I was waiting for, and yep. All right, then. Unfortunately, then the trade is missed. This is the entry I took. So yep, so this was the trade I was waiting for the whole morning. So sure, you can do that until price comes back. So if you missed the entry from here, then you have to wait for a price to make a swing point, and then eventually you can look for price in to look for buys, you know, somewhere around a 50% or even lower. But I think that this order block below the 50% would be good to trade to take trade of. So whenever there is a price, you know, does what you want, then you just execute the trade. So I was waiting for this for a whole morning, and you know, so so obviously first you target the TP1 and then TP2. All right, so now you may have a potential, swing point. Now, if price does come lower, then eventually you can. So just for you to know, I'm not gonna take any more trades. This is the position I'm holding. So we do have a bullish fair value gap here. Now, to be honest with you, I don't want a price to go, close below the fair value gap on the 5-minute time frame. So So, as I said, whenever there is a trade, trust me, we will take the trade. And whenever the time frames are aligned, then you look for a potential trade. Even yesterday, I wanted to take the trade, yeah, but as I said, it came like at the end of my session, so I didn't want to hold the trades and still stay and manage the risks. So today we had a trade prior to 10 a.m., which is amazing. Now I'm only to manage my risk, nothing else. So all right, so we are pushing to TP1. All right. So if price does close below the fair value gap, then at that point I most likely will move my stop loss to break even. If price will close below the fair value gap on the 5-minute time frame. Because whenever price is pushing bullish, I want for price to respect the bullish PD arrays. Okay. Yeah, but it is a structure, right? So you already had a push to the downside. Now, eventually, you can look for something like this. Oh my God, I think I was muted. So yes, you know, price did not close below the busy, right? Price did not close below it. So price pushed to the low of it. Price closed back above the 50% and now is pushing up. So this was your entry. So if you wanted to take an entry, this was your entry, almost at the same as mine, and you still target you still target these highs up here, and then TP1 and TP2. So this is your TP1. This is my TP1. This is my TP2. So still waiting on that. And I don't know what you mean by seems like market is respecting your fair value gap instead. Well, yeah, because I'm expecting for price to go up, so I'm expecting this for our, I mean, this fair value gap to be respected. But this fair value gap, it is in a, you know, if you look at this swing point, it is above the 50% of the, it is above the 50% of the swing point, right? So as you can see now, price pushed lower than 50% into the optimal trading area, which is a 6.2 level on the fib, and price almost hit that. So you're still expecting price to go up because this is your swing point. Price just made a pullback. So yeah, um, this is an amazing trade today. So Alright, so TP1 is almost hit. Alright, so I'm gonna finish the stream. So right here I have secured 60% of my position, 1 to 1, 1.5 R. Now I move my stop loss to break even and I leave it as it is because, you know, price did sweep the buy side liquidity once again. So um, it may just come lower, but let's see. Now is a like risk-free trade, and I will finish it here because I have to go. And yep. So the trade is risk-free. I have secured something. I have secured some of my position at this highs, at this buy side liquidity. So TP1 is still active, TP2 is still active. It's just because I have to go now, and we'll see if price can get to the 50% of the range and then eventually to the opposing side of the range. Now if price does stop me out at the break even, I'm fine because today is Friday, and I'm not gonna sit here for, you know, for another like 1 hour waiting for price to hit my take profits. Now I just managed my risk. I secured 10 profits, moved my stop loss to break even. So now I will just leave it like this, and we'll see what happens. So thank you for watching today. I hope you found this, I hope you found it insightful, and yep, see you on Monday on the next live stream. We do have Monday. Well, we do have. So on Monday, yeah, we don't have anything. So I will be streaming on Monday. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.